Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Dave Lee from Dave Lee's English, and we're on the second part of our linking emphasis in PRONÚNCIA PLUS. So please give a like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, because we're about to get into the best part of all, where we put it all together and personalize it just for you. So let's get into today's lesson. Linking, V to V, V to V, yeah, vowel to vowel. An interesting thing happens when one word ends with a vowel and the next word starts with a vowel. They make a letter appear out of nowhere. W, if it's a lip rounding vowel like O, O, or oo, oo. Or the Y if it's any other vowel, any of the regular vowels. So let's looking at some examples. And by the way, I think some Brazilians, when they realize this, when they start saying these words and this letter just appears out of nowhere, they think, oh, that can't be right. So they go back to pronouncing one word at a time. Well, if you do that, you sound choppy, agitado. But we don't want that. We want a smooth sound. And so don't worry if a W or a Y just appears out of nowhere in your words. It's completely natural. That's how natives sound. And if you want to sound more native and understand natives, that's the way you need to do it. Okay, so let's go. The words you and I become you and I, you and I. Look, let's slow down the you and the and part together. You and. It just, the W just naturally appears. You and. And it sounds weird when you do it in slow motion, but it's you and I, you and I. Yesterday we already talked about how consonant jumps over to the next word if the next word begins with a vowel. So we have and I. So you and I, you and I. And by the way, in English, this is the right way to say eu e você. You're always supposed to put you before I. That's just sounds more proper, sounds more like you've been to school, been educated. Mais educado.
It's polite.
It's more polite. You and I. So, second one, go over. Go over, go over, go over. See, when you say them together, here you had the oo sound, so it went you and. Here you have the o sound, which is also a lip rounding vowel. Go over, go over. Just naturally happens. So let it happen. Don't worry. Don't try to break them apart and say go over. Just say go over. But look what happens when you change the first word instead of go. Oh, by the way, go over can mean literally, physically go over something, but it can also mean to review something. Like, I need to go over my notes. I need to go over my English lesson. It means to look at it again, review it again to get it in your mind. So it's a phrasal verb that's very common in English, go over. And then fly over, notice how this Y is a vowel. A Y at the end of a word either sounds like I or E. On one syllable words like cry, try, my, it sounds like I. Two syllable words like baby, maybe, wait, not maybe, baby, probably, three syllable word. Anything that's not a one syllable word, it usually sounds like E. But in either case, it's a vowel here, but it produces the Y consonant if the next word begins with a vowel, like fly over, fly over, fly over. It just naturally happens. Fly over, fly over. So here we have go over, making a W. Here we have fly over, making a Y. What else makes a Y? Pretty much everything except O and oo. Like for instance, I ought to. Eu devo. I ought to. I ought to. and you already know from reduction that the to is probably going to get reduced, and it does. Very common reduction in English. I oughta. I oughta go to the grocery store, or I oughta go to the supermarket, supermercado, grocery store, supermarket. I oughta. And same with the E vowel. He is becomes he is. The Y just naturally appears out of nowhere. And same with they are, the A sound. They are. So, pretty simple compared to some of the other lessons. Just do what comes naturally. If you're speaking and you hear a W or a Y appear all of a sudden between two words, don't worry. It's supposed to. This is how you sound more native. So, thanks for watching. Until next time, God bless you, and we'll see you again.